Thank you for bringing us collectively to this moment. It is a moment that so many have dreamed of claiming. History starts today.
The guy you work for is an evil person.
I don't work for him. My firm works for him. Are you gonna behave yourself tomorrow?
I told you I'm gonna do my job. I'm a reporter. I follow people that do not want to be followed. What about the allegations that you recruit the most vulnerable for tests that end up killing people?
Your time to go.
You finished, Mr. Brock.
Was that a threat? You had to learn how to hide in plain sight. I'm pretty good at it. But you suck. Whoever you are.
I work at the Life Foundation, and I need your help. We found something. We call them symbiotes. Carlton Drake believes that the union between human and symbiote is the key to our evolution.
I'm feeling really sick. I'm hearing a voice.
Eddie.
You're not real. You were just in my head.
I'm gonna need Mr. Drake's property back.
I don't know. Why would we do that? If you're gonna stay, you will only hurt bad people.
The way I see it, we can do whatever we want. Do we have a deal?
Are you willing to sacrifice the one thing you hold most dear? You should be extremely afraid. What the hell are you?
We are Venom.
That was Venom. Yep. So, Mr. I Can't Wait, I had to watch it that night. We watched Venom. The reason why we watched it is because the tomato meter had a 30%, but the audience score had an 80%. So there was a 50% jump between the tomato meter and the audience score. So the critics did not like it. So we'll talk a little bit about the movie. Journalist Eddie Brock is trying to take down Carlton Drake, the notorious and brilliant founder of the Life Foundation. While investigating one of Drake's experiments, Eddie's body merges with the alien Venom, leaving him with superhuman strength and power. Twisted, dark, and fueled by rage, Venom tries to control the new and dangerous abilities that Eddie finds so intoxicating. It is rated PG-13 for intense sci-fi violence, action, and language. It is a action-adventure fantasy sci-fi. Directed by Ruben Fleischer. Produced by Avi Arad, Matthew Tolmach, and Amy Pascal. Written by Jeff Pinkner, Scott Rosenberg, and Kelly Marcel. It came out in theaters on October 5th, 2018. It grossed $213.5 million at the box office. It is 1 hour and 52 minutes long by Columbia Pictures, Sony Pictures Entertainment. Production company Pascal Pictures, Columbia Pictures, 10 Cent Pictures, and Marvel Entertainment. We'll go into the cast crew in a minute. Let's see what some of the critics put. Ironically, the film lacks a bit of bite. Okay, I see what they did there. A waste of perfectly good Tom Hardy. The result is so infantile that you barely care to wait for the mandatory mid-credit Marvel teasers. Okay. There's a lot of fun to be had if you go in and turn your brain off and go with it. Well, that's what you got to do with a lot of movies. The film devotes way too much time to exposition. The first act feels like it goes on for about an hour, but once it gets going, it's decent fun. It's really silly. It's still a lot of fun. It's too endearing to write off, just as it's too basic to really make a mark. So, you got critics even jumping around. But even the good ones kind of were, like, bad. So. Now, I'm going to go in and tell you what I think. I was just like the audience, 80%. I enjoyed the movie. I think Tom Hardy did a great job. You know, some of it was kind of a little overdramatic, I think, probably. But all in all, I think it was a really good one. What do you think, Brandon?
Oh no, I really liked the movie. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Two of them.
So would you say 80? Would you say 30? Would you say higher, lower, middle?
I'd probably say higher than 80, but I'm a comic book fan. I like most comic book movies that come out. Even the bad ones. Like, I wasn't a big fan of a couple of, like, Green Lantern and, you know, stuff like that. But this one, I think they did a really good job of depicting what who Venom is.
Yeah.
I think he would be that funny. I mean, he wasn't depicted that way in the comics, but I think he would be that funny, you know, kind of just, I don't know, I want to eat people, but I don't want to eat people type of thing. But I think it's higher. To me, it's higher than 80. I like the movie. There was some, you know, the storyline, so the love story in it, it's whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as the movie goes, I like the movie. I'd give it higher than 80.
They didn't go too much into the love story, but I think they went, a little too much into the love story.
Yeah, for the movie, this is.
It should have went more into the story than anything to do with the love story in it. You know?
Yeah.
And let's see. Let's talk about some of the cast and crew. We mentioned Tom Hardy. He's in stuff like Inception, Locke. He was Bane in The Dark Knight Rises, and Max in Mad Max Fury Road. Let's see if there's anything else. Nothing really. Nothing really noticeable before that. All the way back to 2001. He was in a couple shorts, TV miniseries. Alright. And also, Michelle Williams played Anne Weying, the love interest or whatever.
Yep.
And let's see, she's been in My Week with Marilyn. She played Marilyn Monroe. Manchester by the Sea, she played Randy Chandler. Blue Valentine, she played Cindy. And Take This Waltz, she played Margot. Then Riz Ahmed played the bad guy.
Riot.
Yep. He played Ruben Stone in Sound of Metal. Rick in Nightcrawler. There's a Nightcrawler movie? Is that is that Marvel?
I don't believe so.
He played Bodhi Rook in Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, and Four Lions. He played Omar. I gotta see that. Those are the three main people in the movie, so it kind of gives you an idea of who it is. And let's see. I'd like to talk about the director sometimes, like Ruben Fleischer. I don't know if that's how you say his name. But he did Zombieland Double Tap. He did Zombieland. Let's see. He also did Venom, Let There Be Carnage. He did Uncharted. That just came out. Well, I guess it was last year that came out. And, yeah. So he's getting known.
Zombieland, that's where the comedy comes from. He was
in 30 minutes. He did 30 minutes or less too. Though, I don't think that one was. Yeah, it was 45% on Tomato Meter, 40% audience score. That one was good to watch once, and I think that was about it. Gangster Squad. So I like to tell you these, that way you kind of get the direction that the movie was kind of being directed in. But now we can talk about the trivia. That way you can kind of remember the movie in case you haven't seen it. Or in case you've seen it and haven't watched it in a while. Not trivia. Quotes. Oh, man. I will start at the bottom if you want to. Yeah.
Outstanding. Now let's bite all their heads off and pile them up in the corner. Why would we do that? Pile of bodies, pile of heads.
You have been a serious pain in the ass for me, Eddie. Well, you know me. I aim to please. Oh, when Anne came running up to him after she wore Venom or whatever. Oh no, I just bit that guy's head off. I know, I've been there too. It's not fun.
Yeah.
Oh, whenever they go up real high. It's peaceful up here. Eddie says, I'm not very good with heights. Venom says, your world is not so ugly after all. I'm almost sorry to see it end. So I think that was the very start of him, kind of liking where he's at. Yeah.
Eyes, lungs, pancreas. So many snacks, so little time.
That was a good one.
Go ahead.
So what culinary delights will tickle the pickle tonight? Tater tots and chocolate. Right, okay, no problem. Tickle the pickle. That's why I like that one.
When they're looking out the high-rise window and Venom says, jump. Eddie takes the elevator. Venom says,
oh, yeah.
Pussy.
Yeah. What the hell are you? I am Venom, and you are mine.
You bit someone's head off. Fuel in the tank.
All right, now we are together. Because I was just reading that when you said it. So, all right, so trivia time.
Tom Hardy's son, Lewis Thomas Hardy, is a fan of Venom, and Hardy took the role to please him.
Oh,
I wanted to do something my son could watch, so I did something where I bite people's heads off. Lewis also guided his father on how to appropriately portray Brock or Venom, since Hardy didn't know the character very well.
According to an interview, Paul J. Franklin had his VFX team study the movement of slime molds, jellyfish, and amoeba in order to come up with the visual effects that represent Venom's movement. I think they did a good job of doing that.
That's cool. I like this one. Tom Hardy recorded his lines for Venom symbiote during pre-production, and they were played back to the actor through an earpiece on set, doing cool scenes where Brock and the symbiote could talk to each other.
That's cool. I like that. That way he can respond to what. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome. There was also another one where they've been doing that in some movies, and it's pretty cool. Tom Hardy had played the supervillain Bane in The Dark Knight Rises. In the comics, Bane ingested a serum named Venom to gain super strength. I did catch that. So.
Oh, this is cool. At around 44 minutes, you remember when he jumps in the restaurant scene was shot once with live lobsters and fake lobsters. The lobster that Tom Hardy bites into was actually candy shell-coated marshmallow filling with chocolate syrup. The glass tank wasn't exactly designed to support the weight of the ripped actor, but Tom said, yeah, you guys got to figure this out, but Eddie's going in the tank, says Fletcher. And so quickly, the crew built a water tank that could support the star, and the resulting scene was shot twice, first with real lobsters and then with fake ones.
Okay.
Do you remember the one I read earlier about eyes, lungs, pancreas? So many snacks, so little time?
Yeah.
That came from the Amazing Spider-Man number 370.
Oh, cool. Wilhelm's scream heard when Venom throws a SFPD SWAT officer from over the office building lobby's railing, but it's not on the digital release. Huh.
Well, what?
That's weird. Tom Hardy cites singer James Brown as an influence on Venom's voice. Don't see
I don't
it.
know. I don't
see it.
hear it.
When Screen Rant asked Tom Hardy about his Venom voice, Hardy says, Redman, Busta Rhymes, James Brown as ingredients, and I played with it, the fusion to create what you hear, which sounds nothing like them. Okay, well, he's right. It didn't sound nothing like them. Oh, at around 1 hour and 35 minutes, the prison Eddie visits is the same prison used in the CW's Arrowverse as Iron Heights Penitentiary. That's pretty cool. The film released in the 30th anniversary year of Venom's debut in Marvel Comics, May 1988. That is cool. I like that. John Jameson is an astronaut who survives a shuttle crash. In the Marvel Comics, he becomes Man-Wolf after finding the Moonstone on the moon, which attaches to him similar to a symbiote.
Man-Wolf.
Yeah. Tom Hardy cites the Ren Stimpy show as an influence on the relationship between Eddie Brock and Venom. I always saw Venom as a lounge lizard and Eddie Brock as an everyday kind of guy who's inherited this massive ego beast.
That is true.
What?
The giant white spider symbol that's usually on Venom's chest is absent because Peter Parker originally wore the Venom suit in the comic books.
Yeah.
Okay, and then he separated the bond. Eventually, he separated the bond with Eddie Brock. However, the movie makes the symbiotes independent discoveries of the Life Foundation, removing any connection to Spider-Man whatsoever. So it does say, indeed, the giant white spider insignia that typically appears on Venom's chest is absent. So that is true. I didn't realize that until just now.
Yeah.
But that is true.
I noticed it, but originally Tom Hardy was going to portray Venom in motion capture visual effects, but that plan was scrapped because the facial features couldn't be imitated. Your eyes and teeth and tongue are not going to match with his, and you need a 7-foot-tall basketball player in a lycra suit for the physical shots. Venom is a fully computer graphics imagery in the film. However, Tom Hardy did perform as Venom on camera in the costume of Brock, over which Venom was animated in keyframe to match the movements and stunts of Hardy. Now that's pretty cool. Besides playing Eddie Brock, Tom Hardy also provided the voice and physical stand-ins for several scenes of Venom. That's cool. Around 1 hour and 30 minutes, the Venom symbiote recommends chocolate, according to the 1995 miniseries Venom the Hunger. Symbiotes need a chemical called phenethylamine, which is available in brains and chocolate. So that's why he eats heads and he likes chocolate.
The name of Brock's apartment building, Schuler, is a nod to Randy Schuler, a Marvel Comics fan who in 1982 suggested the idea of giving Spider-Man a black costume. Marvel's then editor-in-chief Jim Shooter bought the idea from Schuler for $220. The costume was first designed by Mike Zeck and debuted in Amazing Spider-Man number 252, May of 1984. So he bought the idea for a black Spider-Man suit for $220 from a guy in 1982. And then gave him a nod in the movie by naming the apartment building after him. That's pretty cool.
All right, I think that's enough for the trivia. All right, so we talked that we liked it about the same or even better than the audience.
Yeah.
But let's say you met somebody and they said, I've never seen Venom. What would you suggest them do in order to enjoy the movie?
Well, I would hope that they would be a comic book fan. But if you're not, I would just say go in, to just enjoy the movie. Don't nitpick.
Yeah.
Just enjoy it. It's enjoy the funny parts. Yes, there's some gruesome scenes, but they're not that bad.
Yeah.
And just go in thinking it's a comic book movie.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was saying. Just tell them it's a comic book movie. So some parts you definitely going to have to park your brain before you watch it. And just remember, it's a comic book.
Exactly.
This maybe will never happen. I'm not going to say it won't because, I don't know what's out there.
Right.
So I think as long as you remember it's a comic book, I think people will enjoy it.
It did win some awards. I don't know if you've seen that.
No, I didn't see it.
It won the Houston Film Critics Society Award. HFC's award for Worst Picture, Visual Effects Society Award, MTV Movie Plus TV Awards, and the Best Kiss from Tom Hardy and Michelle Williams. It was nominated for Best Action TV, Best Voiceover TV, and Best Wild Post. So it wasn't anything great. I mean, it didn't get like good awards, but it was sound like some funny awards.
That's good. But okay. I think that's it for this week. What did you pick for next week?
National Treasure, 2004.
All right, so next week we're going to watch National Treasure. And just in case you're wondering, 46% on Tomato Meter with a 76% on the audience score. We're going to see if we're leaning towards the Tomato Meter for the critics or the audience, or if you're in the middle between, if we're worse or we're better or what. So, until next week, have fun watching the movie.
As always.
Stop. Yes.